In this video, I'm going to share with you 8 different ways to increase your Instagram reach, turning average post performance like this into something like this in just 24 hours.
Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling.
Hello everyone and welcome to Equals Cash. For those of you who are new here, my name is Adam and I've been making full-time income online since 2010. If you want to learn more about social media marketing, making money online and digital marketing in general, make sure to subscribe because on this channel I'm sharing everything that I've learned in the past 10 years completely free. I wanted to publish a video on how I started making money online since I saw from the community poll I made that a lot of you are interested in that, but since 10 days passed since I published Instagram related video, I've decided to make this video instead. As I said in the beginning, in this video we are going to go over different ways to increase your Instagram reach, which is important because it means that your page is getting a lot more attention and with it more followers and profile visits, which are really important, especially if you are promoting or selling something. Before we start, make sure to smash that like button as hard as you can because it really helps with the YouTube algorithm and keeps me motivated to create more content for you guys. Let's first start with a thing that you should avoid, and that's putting the link in your bio too early. Putting a link in your bio usually has negative effects on your reach because most regular Instagram users are not doing that, and when you do, Instagram knows that you are promoting something and trying to drive people off their platform. There are many similarities between Instagram and the YouTube algorithm, and one of those similarities is the fact that they both track session time and reward creators that are keeping people longer on their platforms. Link in the bio drives people off the platform and they don't like that, so they end up punishing creators for it and decreasing their reach. Now the thing is, if you want to make money from Instagram, the link in bio is pretty important, but the problem is when you add it too early when your page is still pretty small. If you are starting from scratch or have low following, I suggest you to avoid adding link in your bio and wait until you have an established page. That's one of the reasons why I said in this video that you should wait until you have at least 10k followers before starting to monetize. If you can't afford to wait, I completely understand, and it's not really a big deal since there are other ways to increase your reach, but keep in mind that the link in your bio will most probably decrease your reach. With that being said, if you are making money from the link in your bio, other tips from this video will help you decrease the damage to your reach, which leads me to the tip number 2. Create or repost viral posts and value-based content that gets more saves and shares. Let me first explain why you want this type of content, and then I'm going to explain how to figure out which type of content gets more shares and saves. There are 3 main reasons why you want to repost content that gets shares and saves. First reason is algorithmic. In the beginning, likes and comments were the main engagement signal that were triggering the Instagram algorithm to push your content into your followers' feeds, in the top section of hashtags, and to the Explore page. But since Instagram removed likes, saves and shares are starting to become much more important signal for the Instagram algorithm. Now let me show you insights from one of my pages so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. As you can see, this post got only 56 shares and 86 saves, and it reached 25,000 people, out of which only 33% were not following my page, and the hashtag performance was pretty low, as well as the Explore page performance. Now let me show you another post that I uploaded on the same page at the same time just 24 hours later. As you can see, this post got 1000 shares and 845 saves, and because of that Instagram algorithm was pushing it much more. It reached 96k people, out of which 79% were not following my page. Hashtag performance increased a lot. As you can see, I reached 53,000 people with hashtags alone, which is awesome considering this is a really small page with only 60k followers. Another reason why it's important to create or repost content that gets a lot of shares is the fact that posts like that also attract a lot of new audience and with it a lot of new followers. People are sharing your post with their friends who are probably not following you or even don't know about your page at all. And each share is like a recommendation for your page. People trust their friends, and if they are following your page and think that your content is great, a lot of this new audience ends up following your page as well. Finally, saves and especially shares increases your overall page authority and trust score. Posts that get a lot of saves and shares usually get a lot of reposts and story reposts, which is another boost to your page's authority and trust score, and also a way to get new eyeballs, since you are basically reaching new audiences that would be very hard to reach otherwise. I won't go into much details about page authority and trust score because I'm planning to publish a separate video covering that, but for those of you who are completely new to Instagram, let me just say this: higher trust score and authority equals bigger chances to rank for hashtags and to hit the explore page. High authority and trust score also decreases your chances of getting action blocked, shadow banned, or any other kind of Instagram punishment, so it's absolutely crucial to get these two metrics as high as possible. Now, to figure out what type of content gets more shares and saves depends on the type of page that you are running. If you have a theme or a niche page where you are mostly reposting other people's content, it's pretty easy to guess. Just go with the most viral content in your niche and you won't have any problems. Usually the reason why a piece of content got viral is because it has a lot of shares and saves. As I mentioned, these metrics are triggering the Instagram algorithm. But if you're creating original content, things get a bit more difficult. The easiest way to figure out what type of content is shareable in your niche is to basically copy other people's work and make something similar to posts that are already performing well in your niche. Another way to make sure that your post is going to get a lot of shares and saves is to create value-based content like these, but in your niche. These infographic type of posts perform really well right now in terms of shares and saves. So if you haven't tried something like that yet, I highly advise you to do so. Let me know down in the comment section if you are interested in creating something like this, and I can make a video explaining how to create content like that. If you, on the other hand, have a personal page where you are posting selfies and content like that, that's not really share-worthy, your best bet is to use your captions to attract more saves and shares. You can even go one step further and use your caption as a piece of content in the slideshow. This leads me to the tip number 3, which is to always analyze and test new things. You need to analyze what type of content performs best for your page and for your competitors, and then post more content like that. If you have a bigger page, you want to only focus on content that performs best for your audience, because audiences are different, and something that performs great for your competitors doesn't mean that it will going to perform great for you as well. But if you are just starting out or have a really small page, analyzing competitors and their content is a really good idea. You also want to test as much as possible. In any type of marketing, testing is really important, maybe even one of the most important things, so don't be afraid to experiment and test with new types of content every now and then. If you keep experimenting and testing out new things, one day you will certainly find something that outperforms everything else. This is not only important for the content type, but monetization methods, promotional methods, growth hacks, and everything else in between. Tip number 4 is to smash that like button if you haven't already, and to subscribe if you want more content like this. Just kidding. Tip Tip number 4 is to always use new Instagram features as soon as they roll out. I've mentioned this already in some of my other videos, but I need to mention that again because it's really one of the easiest way to boost your reach almost instantly. Instagram wants you to use their new features, and they are giving algorithmic boost to everyone who does as a way to promote these new features. So every time you see a new feature, sticker or something like that rolling out, make sure to start using it as soon as possible. It will most definitely boost your reach or the amount of story views you get. Tip number 5 is to use your stories to boost your post's reach. I actually already mentioned this in my video on how to increase engagement, so instead of repeating myself, let me show you a clip from that video. Every time I publish a new post, I'm promoting it with stories as well. Simply go to the post, tap this button, and you can write something pretty basic like new post, check it out. And you want to add some sticker or something with call to action, plus to hide the image, because if you don't, some people will see that post for the first time from your story and actually don't bother to click, which can then hurt your engagement. Tip number 6 is to utilize shoutout for shoutout if you have a big page, or buying promos from big pages in your niche if you have some spare change. Shoutout for shoutout is really great way to grow, build trust and authority, and it's absolutely free, but only works if you have a big enough page. If you're just starting out or have a really small page and you can't find anyone to collaborate with, I suggest you to buy a few promos from other big pages, since you're going to get more followers from that, reach more people, and also get that boost in authority and trust, since big and established page is mentioning you and linking out to your page. Again, I'm going to talk more about that in some other video. If your page is public, make sure to use hashtags and have good hashtag strategy in place. I have a full hashtag series available, so if you haven't watched that already and don't know what's the proper hashtag strategy and how to do hashtag research, make sure to check those two videos out. Since I already covered hashtags, I won't be repeating myself, but hashtags are one of the best ways to increase your reach and get your content in front of more people, so if you are not using them correctly and have a public page, you are really missing out. This leads me to the final tip, which is to try going private if you are a big page and you are getting really low reach and engagement. I'm going to talk more about the private method in some other video, but some bigger pages are getting much better reach and engagement once they switch to private. If you're getting really low reach and the engagement rate and almost zero impressions from hashtags or the explore page, you might want to try switching to private. I tried this with a few of my almost dead pages and got really nice results. But again, I'm going to make a separate video for that, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know down in the comment section if you want a video covering the private method. I really hope you liked this video and learned some new ways to increase your Instagram reach. I just want to mention that Instagram reach and engagement go hand in hand, so if you haven't already, make sure to check my video on how to increase your Instagram engagement or some of my other videos. Thanks so much for watching and see you in my next video.